Hey there YouTube. This video is about the CSB Personal Size Bible, or as I like to call it, the CSB Pitt Minion. This Bible is the Cambridge Pitt Minion. This is the New Living Translation. I've used this for a couple of years. Really like this. I love the Pitt Minion and wish they would carry, or they would make a CSB edition. Now they're not going to. I've messaged them and they said they don't have any plans to do that right now, so that's just fine. Holman, the nice folks out there at Holman, they made an edition there. They don't claim it's like a Pitt Minion. However, I was looking at the dimensions online, and they're the same. And I'm going to go over some of those things in just a second. But first, let's just look at the Bible. This is the box that it comes in. You're going to be hearing a lawnmower also. I apologize. I need to make the video right now, so you'll hear it occasionally. But here's the features of the Bible. It's personal size. It's Smithsonian presentation page. It's a 2-column like the Pitt Minion. Has footnotes, words of Christ. So this is a red letter. The words of Christ are in red. Now, one thing you'll notice right here is that this is a 7.5 point type, whereas the Cambridge is a 7 point, so it's a little bit larger. In a where to turn section in the Bible also. And again, it's the size of the Pitt Minion. Now I bought this edition here. I've got a couple of them because I'm getting ready to send these off to be rebound. One for my own personal use because I really want one, and I'm rebinding one, and I'm gonna sell one unless there's a larger demand, and then I'll do another run of CSB, what I call the CSB Pitt Minion. One thing I thought was really interesting, I bought this. This was the first one that I saw online with these dimensions. I later found out they have them that's even cheaper without this thing. This thing, if I were just going to buy one and not rebind it, I personally wouldn't buy this one because that right there would get on my nerves like nobody's business, this thing right here. See, watch. I mean, you could probably train it eventually, it will stay back, but that would get on my nerves, I think. Let's look at the Bible, and then we'll talk about the comparisons, okay? So this is just a leather touch deal, and you'll notice on the spine it says CSB, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and Holman. This has the gilded page edges. I don't think this is translating on camera, but this is red. This is a like rose gold. Check this out. Here's the Pitt Minion that's gold. This is gold, and then this is like the stamping on here is like a reddish gold, which is actually really cool. I don't know if all the other ones are like this because they have a leather one, like a genuine leather. It also comes in like a fake leather that's blue and a brown and another one that has like a flower design on it. I don't know if any of them come in that red, but I'm so glad that I did get this for this red stamping. That's all going to be gone when I rebond it, but this will not be. And again, it's hard to tell what that looks like. Can you tell? It's hard to tell what that looks like, but this is red. This is kind of red. It kind of looks like a copper, which I think is really cool. So anyway, if you get this edition here, this one will have the red. I don't know. In fact, if somebody has this exact Bible in a different cover, can you please tell me if your stamping is the foil is that reddish color also? I would really like to know because I'm going to get some more to rebind in the future. This Bible has a presentation page. Let me reach around my tripod like this. Has a presentation page. It's printed in China. This is not the 2020 updated text. That's not a deal breaker for me personally. It's fine. I mean, I don't care. I know some of you guys may care, but this isn't the 2020 update. And then you have the book of Genesis here. Now this is brand new. This probably isn't gonna, no, it's not gonna stay shut or stay open. So this is brand new, double column, paragraph format. Let me get you close here. Here's the text, 7.5 font. And then there's no references, but you have the footnotes. At the bottom, you have one ribbon, one red ribbon. You'll notice there. I'll have more after I get this rebound. And then it is let's look at the poetry section just because. So here's Psalm And again, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to find this, because I want a CSB Pitt Minion so bad. And so now this is it. With the exception of one thing, it's the same dimensions. Here's the red letter, which I do not mind red letter one bit. This is a nice readable red letter, Beatitudes. And then in the back, you get to, I think it's just the where to turn. So there's Revelation, where to turn, and then it gives you, a lot of CSBs have that. You know, when you feel upset, where to go, or whatever, when you feel whatever. Gives you some Bible verses, continues on the back. And then you have the table of weights and measures. You have one blank page, which I appreciate, because I actually use that blank page to write some stuff. And then the maps, the CSB maps on the matte card stock. You know, you have 8 of them or so. And then one blank page there. And that's it. So the Bible is, it doesn't have a concordance in it, and it does not have references. But again, totally okay. Why is that okay for me? You may not like that, but I do like that. These two Bibles, the Pitt Minion and this CSB personal size, they are the same dimension. This CSB, and you can't tell so much because this is a funny cover here, but the Cambridge Pitt Minion is actually a smidge wider. So you'll notice that it comes out just a little bit. And this Bible, the CSB, is slightly, ever so slightly, just hardly noticeable, but it's thicker. It's a little bit thicker. And other than that, it's the exact same footprint. Why do I like this Bible? It's a 7.5 font. I'm not going to read it all the time. It's not going to be a long sit down, read everything type Bible. Sit down and read, all day long type Bible. But I use the Pitt Minion whenever I do visits. If I go to a hospital, which you can't do right now because this COVID-19 is going on, but if they let me back in the hospitals to visit, or if I go over to somebody's house to visit, even if I'm, if I'm going someplace where I'm going to be out in public and I'm trying to keep it minimal, as far as things I have on me, this is the Bible that I take. And I would love to have a CSB edition, and there it is. Now, I like the Pitt Minion because it fits in my back pockets. On just about every one of my blue jeans, this fits in my back pocket, and so does this. I've already tried this out. It fits, and it's going to be a little less cumbersome once I get this thing off, so it's going to be a little, it's not going to be quite as big, although I'm probably going to get a yap added onto this. But anyway, that's why I absolutely love this. And to give you kind of a comparison, because I didn't bring my ruler over here or my tape measure, I forget the dimensions. This is like 1 inch. I forget the dimensions, but if you know what a Pitt Minion dimension is, it's pretty much the same. Here's a regular size, A5 size, moleskin journal. So that kind of gives you a frame of reference of a moleskin journal. Let's set this on top of it. That will kind of give you a frame of reference of the size moleskin journal. The the ESV personal size single column Bible. There's a review on it that I made just not too long ago. Of course, the ESV is much thicker, and it is larger. It's larger. And here is ESV heirloom wide margin. I used to, when I was preaching out of the ESV, I used to preach out of this one. This is probably my favorite ESV. But anyway, that's the heirloom edition, and you'll notice here, again, it's much smaller Bible. And then just for fun, here's the my favorite Bible, the CSB verse by verse. Absolutely love this. I've got a few of these getting rebound also. That is going to be super cool. But here we go. Now, it would be, in a perfect world, this Bible would be this exact layout, but in this Bible, that would be perfect. But, whatever. this is nice the way it is. And obviously this is much smaller. There you go. Anyway, again, guys, if you have this Bible and you have a different edition with a different cover, will you please tell me if it's red, if yours has red stamping, because I'm going to get some more and I want to know. I like the red, and I hope all of them has it. So anyway, there you go. Have a good day. God bless.